What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, a show where we talk to you about news, games, and sandwich a little fun in between. We're doing something a little different for you today. There's not going to be any news, any games, and fun in between. We're just going to be talking about our game of the year. Let's look back to this beautiful year that was 2021. I know a lot
That's
of people,
a new sentence.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people hated this year. I thought it was an okay year. In games, it was a little bit weaker. Jill has murdered Fat Pikachu off screen.
Is dead.
She is currently pulling out all of the fluff
All
as
the
we
innards.
speak. That's her main goal. Look at this. She's like yanking it out, setting it aside. Let's go in for more. That's what the Jill,
Dude,
come on.
It's like a minute to win it, dude.
With speed. Wow, what the hell? Anyway,
I love
so
that.
we're gonna be talking about our top 10 games of 2021, just like we did last year, and we're going to be crowning an official synced up game of the year. So now I was thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Do we rank it Grand Prix points or regular points? Because I was thinking about this. Because like in
one is worth more.
Yeah, like in racing, it's like first place is weighted higher than like second, third.
Even if you do regular points, it's still weighted more.
Well, yeah, but it's not like there's not as
Not
big
like
of
a
as big of
whole
a
lot
differential. Yeah, because like in like
last
Grand Prix
year-
rules is like 15 points, and then second place is like 12 points, and then third place is like 9 points, and then
Last year
we just did like
it was Valhalla
we just did 5, 4, 3,
because we
2,
all
1.
enjoyed Valhalla a lot.
Yeah.
Could be Valhalla this year, depending on what Jordan does.
Damn.
I think we do. How is there that much stuffing?
I
in
don't
that
know
thing?
how it was Fat Pikachu.
I think we do regular. How we've been doing it.
Okay.
Because Grand
10
Prix,
points for one.
we'd have to like decide like how much first place is worth and how much second place is
You
worth.
just look how much it
You
gets
could do Mario Kart rules,
in
I guess.
racing. Yeah, Mario Kart points.
But that feels, I don't know. That's weird.
Damn, Jill, that's a lot of fluff. Anyway, I'm one of your hosts, Timothy
God.
DeRoe, and of course, joining me this week is your boy, Mickle
It is me.
Claire.
Hello. Well, Happy New Year.
For y'all video
20,
viewers,
22.
you can see this beautiful new piece here, the synced up neon sign.
Yeah, if you're
Boom.
audio, come look at this thing.
Look at this.
Man,
Yeah, if
it's
you're
sexy.
in audio, go over to youtube.com/syncedupodcast and look at this bad boy. This was if you are in the post show, you got to see a little bit of this thing
Mm-hmm.
because we opened it in the post show a couple weeks ago. But then we skipped the video game pod last week because of Christmas, and so we didn't get that. But now we got it popping here, and you can see that we replaced the Breath of the Wild painting. You had a good run,
So
Breath of the
long.
Wild painting, but that synced up neon sign much better.
Is exceptionally
Kirby wearing the flat bill. I didn't notice that.
better. It was on the floor the other day, and I had to put it somewhere, so I just threw it up
It
there.
looks good on him.
It fits.
Yeah.
He looking kind of nice.
If it fits, it
He's
sits.
thick boy.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Anyway, so if a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the main crux of the show, which is our top 10 games of the year with some honorable mentions, and let's get into that. But before we do that, like I just said, anyway, housekeeping. This is going to be episode 95, which
Sure.
means in 5 weeks, which I said 6 weeks before, but then we skipped a week, so that kind of messed up. But in 5 weeks, we will be having our 100th episode extravaganza. Once again, comment, write in, go into the Discord. Any way you can contact us to let us know any type of things you want us to do. We're going to be doing the Synced Up podcast only that week. It's going to be dropping in both the feeds of this feed and the Filmcast feed. We're going to skip the Filmcast for that week, and we're just going to sit back and do like a 2 to 3 hour podcast where it's just post-show vibes the whole time. We're going to rank stuff. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to play games.
Tim's going to do a 30-minute stand-up comedy set.
Yeah, just shit like that. You know how it goes. And that's going to be very, very exciting. So if you want in on the Discord to be able to talk to us about what we're going to be doing there, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncedup, where for $1 you can get into that Discord and you can talk to us personally about what you would like to see, the types of things you would like to see in that, and the types of things you would like us to play, view, rank, anything like that.
What would you like to see?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what
Sure,
I've got.
sure.
I don't know what I've got in the doc so far. I don't want to spoil it. So I'm not going to go back and
Pilk.
look. But we'll try Pilk.
Yes.
We'll try Pilk on the 100th episode extravaganza.
I'm so
Also,
glad.
if you support us at that $5 tier at patreon.com/synced up, you get access to that Discord to talk to us and give us some ideas for the 100th episode extravaganza, as well as post shows of both the shows that we do and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/synced up podcast and podcasting services around the globe. New episodes of this show specifically go up in all of those feeds Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. You can also write into this show to synceduppod@gmail.com or the Reader Mail Submissions tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, concerns, games, anything, and we'll read those on the show. That won't be happening this week because we're going to have a long episode talking about the game of the year, so we'll pick that back up next week. You should also consider following us on Twitter at synceduppod to keep up to date with all of our content from across the board, whether we're doing streams, any of that type of stuff. We skipped the Game Awards stream this year because of work scheduling.
We were busy boys.
But maybe we'll get back to it again. Who knows? Anyway, that's it for the housekeeping. Let's get right into this game of the year. So we're gonna start. Let's start with our honorable
number
mentions.
ones.
Let's go
Oh, okay.
and start with number one. Wow. We'll start with our honorable mention picks. So the way I determine my honorable
vegetables.
mentions is I, of course, keep track of my top 10 games of the year on this here fancy app. If you can see on the video version, this
Spoilers.
is the I'm not on my list. This is the GG app. A
GG.
fantastic app for tracking the games that you've played, want to play. Lists. You can make lists. You can do all kinds of stuff. I, of course, support them at the elite tier, so I can be an elite member. And I get access to a lot more lists and stuff because this app is the shit.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored, but this app is really, really good. So throughout the year, I go ahead and I put stuff into my top 10 game of the year like list, and then I fill that out. And any game that gets bumped out of the list, I just leave in the list, and that is what remains my honorable mentions. So I'm gonna start. We'll just go back and forth with honorable mentions. I have 6 honorable mentions.
I got
here.
one.
You only got one? Okay, you can start it then, and then I'll run
You'll
my
just
6.
rattle off yours.
Yeah.
My one honorable mention was. Let me double check. Actually, I might have a second one for you. Pokemon Unite is my first honorable mention.
Okay.
It
didn't make it into the list.
No, because I think there is 10 better games that I played this year. It was a very good game. It's fun.
Some musty ass water. I'm gonna keep it honest.
Yeah, bro. I'm going in dry today. No water for me.
Yeah, water is
Unite. Good game, fun to play with the homies.
Yes.
Really don't have anything bad to say about it. Yeah. The only problem
works really crisp on mobile too.
I wish it dropped on mobile first. That way more people would have played it on mobile, downloaded it on mobile. It'd be easier to get sessions going because the Switch version kind of ran like doo-doo.
Yeah.
And like by the time I got to playing it on mobile, nobody else was playing it anymore. I could get a couple games here and there with some friends, but that was it. It's still a good game.
Yeah.
Right now they're having a weekend where you can play every character.
Yeah. That's pretty nice.
And they have a pretty decent roster now. I think it's probably gonna. I don't know how much staying power it has forever. Like if it can continue to compete with some of these other. But I think when it comes to the mobile MOBAs, I think it's probably the best one I've played. Wild Rift is good, but it still just feels kind of. I don't know. League Light.
Yeah.
League Junior, whatever you want to call it.
Pokemon
Unite is like. I feel like I'm playing the better version of Pokemon Unite than the console version. So
yeah, on the phone. What's your second honorable mention?
Oh God, what was it? Oh, Mario Party. It was fun.
Party? Yeah.
It definitely was not a top 10 contender. If I only played 10 games this year, it'd be number 10.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. It's still my problem with Mario Party is there's so much unused potential in those games.
No, I 100% agree.
They could be so damn good, but they don't hit the mark every time. And like they're good, they're fun. The mini games I think in this one were really great.
Yep.
The maps were
Jesus Christ, Joe.
pretty good. That Pikachu is getting shredded inside out.
Oh my God.
I wonder what inspired this today. She chose today.
Fucking A. That Pikachu was complete.
She chomping.
15 minutes
Hey
ago.
Kylie. Hey Kylie. She's chewing. She's murdering that Pikachu. But like I think there's a bead eye or something.
Yeah, because
you might want to just
I heard a crunch.
We heard crunch, which is not bueno. So, those are my two.
Anyway, okay,
Mario Party and Pokemon Unite.
Mario Party Superstars was, of course, on my honorable mentions list as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very fun, especially rebounding from Super Mario Party, which like kind of blew ass for being completely honest.
It was really bad.
Like all of the boards in this one were really good. All the mini games were really good. It was really fun. Not having like the different dies and stuff. I liked that. But yeah, I completely mirror exactly what you said. Untapped potential. You know, you look at it and you're like, man, like you only put 5 boards in this. Like, am I tripping, or did like the older Mario Party games have like 8, 9, 10 boards? Am I geeking?
I think you're geeking a little. The problem is in the modern age, I know it's not like incredibly easy to port over boards from older games, but this game is built off being the best games and boards of older games. You would expect there to be a DLC plan where like version 2.0,
anything, some sort
5
of
more
update,
maps,
roadmap.
3 more characters, 10 more mini games, and that's not going to happen. Honestly,
yeah, I'd pay for it because it's definitely worth it in my opinion with how good like this one played compared to
how fun
Super Mario Party. So very much enjoyable there. Next one on my honorable mentions list, Metroid Dread. Didn't quite hit my top 10.
Really? I'm shook.
I just again, like I said, when we originally played this game back whenever in October when it came out, I talked about how I feel like games like Hollow Knight and stuff did Metroid better than Metroid does nowadays, and that's kind of what kept it down here in the honorable mentions list instead of being up in the top 10. I'm sure we'll talk about it later on your side of things. Number 14, Splitgate. That being my other honorable mention there. Was very, very fun. For a free-to-play game that came in, unfortunately, murdered by Halo when Halo came out.
Didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, did not stand a chance at all. Halo was superb. Splitgate coming out, Did some really cool things. Feels a lot like Halo, but that portal mechanic and doing that, like the different portals and stuff, I put a good 20 to 30 hours in this game. Played a lot with Chance, played a lot with a bunch of people, and very much enjoyed that game. It was really good.
It was fun.
Yep. Little Nightmares 2, another honorable mention that I had. Of course, the atmosphere, the spookiness and all that stuff of the original Little Nightmares carried over into this one. I think
really? This made your honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Was this only on your top 10 because you hadn't played 10 games yet?
Yeah. Well, because the way I do it is I might have played 15 games, but my top 10 might only have 3 in it. And so when I play a game that I'm like, this has a shot, like this is good enough that I'm willing, like putting it into the top 10 is like a badge of honor for a game.
Because I thought I liked that game more than you did.
Yeah.
When we talked about it after both beating it. So I'm just shocked it even made the honorable mention list for you.
Yeah. It's just because it was a game that when I first played it, I was like, this is good enough to be able to be put in my top 10, but I think it'll get bumped out, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Maquette, the PlayStation Plus game, dropped this year. That's the weird game. It's like a puzzler, and you're putting things, like there's a little world, and you're placing things into the world, but that little world is your world. So it's like world, layers of worlds, and doing all this weird puzzle stuff. That shit was really good. The story was really good. I like that game a lot. And then my last honorable mention, of course, being Hitman 3. Hitman 3 almost made it into my top 10. I reworked my top 10 today and ended up bumping it out.
Really?
But Hitman 3, at the beginning of this year, that's a good-ass game right there. If you can get it on sale, anything like that, I'm sure it'll drop on Game Pass or something at some point. Yeah. That's a superb game. It was really, really good and really, really fun. It was a rough start to the year because that was all it was out. But when I played, I was like, man, do I really want to buy this? And I went in half with Chance, and then I was like, damn, yeah, I remember
sitting on the couch watching you play in it, and it was even enjoyable to watch you play because the way those levels are built are so good. Yeah. They're like perfectly designed to where there's many ways for you to beat the level. Yeah. And stuff like that. And it's really cool. I enjoyed watching you play that game.
I definitely did. Now, here we are to the official top 10 list for the Synced Up 10. Of course, Jordan, bring up the Google Doc so you can keep track of the points that these games get. Number 10 is going to be 1 point. Number 9, of course, is going to be 2 points, and so on and so forth until number 1 is worth, of course, 10 smackaroos. 10 hamma jammas. So I'm going to start it off with my number 10, Pokemon Unite. Made it onto my top 10 list. It was honestly a out of left field game. I didn't expect it to really hit as hard as it did. I remember seeing the previews and being like, this has potential, but this is going to be ass. I mean, it's free to play. It's not going to be good. And of course, the free to play elements were a little rough, of course. But that being said, we had a consistent 5-man going all the time. Boom, boom, boom.
It's pretty easy to get 5 guys together.
Getting in there with 4 other homies, and just strategizing and going hard. It was fun. Introducing the new things of we're not going to have traditional towers. We're going to have this thing where you got to score the points to destroy the towers. And instead of them shooting you, they just heal your opponents and slow you down and things of that nature. I really liked it. I liked the variety. It felt, hey, let's get League of Legends, but let's simplify that way the fuck down so you can get in and enjoy the gameplay that it's good about League of Legends without having to get into the nitty-gritty.
I will say, one of my favorite part about this game that I didn't touch on earlier is that the community and dev communication is really good. You love to see it. The problems with some of the pay to win aspects being there early in the game got fixed later on. They gave you an item where, you know how you had to get your item to level 30 and then it would be your best? Yeah. They gave you 3 items that just sent any item to level 30.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And you got refunded whatever points you had put in.
That's pretty nice.
So you could go and level up some other stuff.
Love to see that.
So they worked well with the community to improve their game. Yeah. Way better than I'd seen any other mobile game. So that's
one singular point for Pokemon Unite.
1 point for Pokemon Unite. I'll go into my top.
Number 10.
My number 10. Is Jordan got a top 10 or has he just got number 1? Okay. We'll come back to you on number 5 then. Yep. My number 10. This is kind of a weird one because it's not necessarily not a full game. Bowser's Fury.
Yep.
I didn't know how to classify it, but it's a gaming experience.
Yeah. Because that little thing. I mean, it's 8 hours long.
And I 100%ed it. It's gonna be 10, 12 hours, something like that. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Of course, I also played it in tandem with 3D World.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I gotta get some new water.
That was
keep talking.
I ended up loving Bowser's Fury, and the more I think on it in the year, because it came out pretty early, I think. The more I would think on it throughout the year, I just wanted to play it more and more. So badly do I just want Odyssey 2 that Bowser's Fury is the closest thing I can get to it, and it was just so fun. Did the 3D All-Stars also come out this year? The 3D All-Stars. The 3-pack. That was this year, right? 3D the 3-pack. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. That's what it is. Cause I played a lot of Mario this year at the beginning of the year. Cause I 100%ed all 3, and then I 100%ed 3D. Well, I didn't 100% 3D World. That's impossible. It's not impossible. It's just I didn't have the time. But I 100%ed on one character. And then I 100%ed Bowser's Fury. So I played a lot of Mario, and Bowser's Fury honestly lives up to all the other Mario games, all the other 3D Mario games. I hope that they do a game to that level, but much larger. I don't know if they ever will, but that's my number 10. It's a solid number 10 too. I enjoyed it. The more I think about it, the more higher up I would put it. Why was the water ass before?
I need to clean the cup.
Nasty.
Yep.
You know how long it's been since we've done the game pod?
Yeah, that's why.
Gross, bro.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go ahead and take care of that.
What did you got anything to say about Bowser's Fury before you move on? Really?
It wasn't him for me, and of course I didn't buy it. It was just one that I thought it was decent, and it didn't leave a big enough impact on me for me to finish it or any of that stuff. So, but it was very enjoyable for the little amount that I played. Of course, my number 9 coming in strong, a game that was unexpected.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Did you even say your number 10? Oh,
yeah.
you're 9. Okay, yeah. You went first.
Number 9. Go ahead and give 2 points to your boy, Forgotten City.
Okay.
Forgotten City. Used to be a Skyrim mod back in the day, built in the world of Skyrim. Then they came out and released a full version of the game, not within Skyrim, its own game, its own engine, all that stuff. And that shit's cool, man. Let's take the year of time loop games. You know, you got Deathloop, you got 12 minutes, you got Returnal, you got the Forgotten City. I'm sure there's some fucking other ones in there. You got the year of time loop games, which is very much this year. And this is probably the best one. Of course, a lot of people would like Deathloop, consider that one the best one, and I'll accept that because that's Arcane. Didn't really as much hit for me on that mark, but Forgotten City did the time loop perfect. Let's disregard a lot of like the continuity issues that you would probably have and introduce things that make that shit easier. 12 minutes, right? You come in, you're doing the same shit over and over again, and it's getting so fucking boring, and you're so tired of doing it. Forgotten City, what do? They introduce a dude at the very beginning of the time loop that you run into that you can tell to go do shit for you. Yeah. That you can be like, okay, I'm in a time loop. This is how I'm convincing you. And he's like, oh, okay. And then you're like, okay, go, because you know that you can do this. You're like, okay, go talk to this person and then give this person this and then go grab this and give it to this person. And he'll go do that because you've already done it and you can just tell him to do that. Will someone who randomly sees someone come out of a thing that said they're in a time loop just run and do all that? Probably not. But introducing this character allows it to be in universe while also addressing the issues of I don't have to go and run and do all this shit.
Because it doesn't take you as out of the game as you might think.
Yeah.
Like it's just it doesn't feel necessarily like that's how it should be. But
yeah. And then there's another thing that this game does. Skip forward a minute and a half if you don't want Forgotten City spoilers. In Forgotten City, you're in the Roman pantheon of gods or whatever, and then you realize that the Forgotten City is built upon foundationally these other pantheons of gods, and that they're just copies of each other. So like the Romans are like shitting on the Greeks, but then when you go deeper into the city, you realize, oh, this Roman city is built on the Greek city and talks about these gods. But then you realize the Greek city is built upon the Samoan city that talks about these gods. And then it starts to like fold into like this storyline that you start to realize what the fuck's going on. And you're like, oh, and the Egyptians is built under that. And they talk about these gods. And it's like, oh, what? And it's like this weird like mystery that unfolds. And that part was honestly really, really cool as well. So Forgotten City hit pretty hard for being a cheapo. I think it's $15.
Did you play the Skyrim mod?
No, no, I never did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I never did, but that one's built in Skyrim, and it's like a story that's like in Skyrim. So it's and they reworked the story, gave new characters, new face models, and new gameplay. But the same
plot.
Yeah,
no, different plot.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, my number 9. I don't think it even made your honorable mentions because I don't think you have it on your list either. Resi 8.
Nope, not on my list.
Really, not at all.
Nope.
I know you didn't like it. I liked it.
2 points to Resi 8.
I liked it quite a bit. It's what it is out the gate. It's start to finish, just action, puzzle solving. I like the combination of the puzzle solving and the go shoot all the zombies and the werewolves of everything. It is honestly probably one of my favorite Resi games.
I like the dollhouse.
The dollhouse level is my least favorite,
which is the best. Everyone else says the best part of the
but
game.
I
agree.
I mean, I'm not everybody else, man. I love the castle. I wish certain areas were longer. I wish the game was a little longer.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed doing the castle part the most. The go get this to unlock this to open this and go back through, and I love doing that stuff. I like this game a lot.
It was mainly the shooty, and the goofiness. You know, when he takes his hand.
There
he's just
is
like,
some stupid stuff.
Put my hand back
He just
on.
attaches his hand back. Stuff like that. I'm just like, why was that necessary? We couldn't harm my boy in like a severe way.
Yeah.
And just show that he has like
Healing
because you
powers?
could have just scarred him real bad,
And then-
had him tape it up, and then untape it and be like, "Whoa, I'm healed,"
Yeah.
and
No,
that'd be
instead-
way
instead
less.
He takes his hand and,
And just throws it back on. Like clearly, my man's is like not human.
and then
to a certain
he
degree.
doesn't acknowledge it. He doesn't say anything.
I know.
It's so fucking weird, man.
There's some stupid stuff, but
Yeah.
I honestly enjoyed it from start to finish. The plot's a little silly. Some of this stuff like that is silly, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Anytime I can beat a game that's scary,
Yeah.
it's like
a dub for you.
It's a dub for me.
Yeah.
Like last year it was The Medium, which
Yeah.
wasn't that scary,
Mhm.
but it was still like I got through it.
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course. Yeah.
So I
Decent
enjoyed
game.
it a lot. I don't get people who say it's their favorite game of the year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are like that was the best game of the year. You didn't play more than 10 games then. I
Yeah.
swear to God.
Yeah, there's
Because
way
that
too many
game is
games.
not the best game.
Number 8.
But it's good.
Number 8 for me is of course going to be Death's Door.
3 points for Death Storm.
The 3 points for Death's Door. The indie game that came out of nowhere, straight out of the blue, unexpected. And it dropped and it banked. It hit that Tunic itch, you know, because I'm waiting for Tunic. Tunic, of course, guaranteed to be on that top 10 games the next year.
Are you
Actually,
sure?
I don't know. Next
What
year's
if it's
looking
not?
stacked.
Next year is-
this year. This year's looking stacked.
I know it's stacked. I
God
saw,
of War.
I saw a
Horizon.
new trailer for Arceus,
Yeah.
and I'm
Arceus.
stoked.
Tunic. And then of course there's so much TBA shit, bro.
Mhm.
Forspoken's supposed to drop this year, and so is Starfield.
There's a
Oh,
lot.
shit.
Next year looks pretty
Let's
good.
talk about this. Let's talk about this game though.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Death's Door, little indie game with fantastic music. It's a Legend of Zelda style game, but also kind of like Dark Souls in a little bit. You ever play anything like Titan Souls or something like that? It's kind of in that vein. You play as a little crow dude who's like you work for death or whatever. And there's some mysterious door that can't be opened, and there's somebody that needs to die behind it or some weird thing. I don't know. But there's like a lot of like Dark Souls style bosses and things like that and exploration. The whole vibe and the coolness of the game, I really enjoyed. There's a lot of like funny jokes. Like you run into this character who has like he's pothead, but he has like a pot on his head, and he's constantly cooking soup in it. And he's like giving people soup. It's funny.
That's a good character.
Yeah, it's funny stuff. Like little things like that. And the story's like really good. And it was just a very, very enjoyable game, especially for being like $20.
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
How long is it?
this is I think it took me probably 8 hours, but if you want to like go for the full shebang, you could probably hit like 14 hours because there's like a lot of post game stuff. So you could probably get a lot more hours out of it than I did.
I thought that game was gonna be higher up on your list. Maybe it was Chance who had it like really high up. I thought one of you had it like top 3.
Nah, not quite.
Okay.
But it was very, very good. Number 8.
Number 8 for me. 3 points to It Takes Two.
It
I
takes
know
two at
it's-
number 8.
It's probably controversial
At
that it's that low.
number 8. Duh.
I never even beat the
Duh.
game.
You didn't beat the game? Y'all didn't beat the game?
No, we didn't beat the game.
What?
I enjoyed it. I feel like I'm defending having it
Flabbergasted.
low, but I think it just comes to I didn't beat the game. It was still really good.
Where'd
and
you get to?
enjoyable.
Where'd you get to?
We were in the space stuff.
You were in the space stuff? So
Yeah.
did you make it to the snow stuff?
Did we make it to the snow
The
stuff?
snow globe?
I don't think we did.
Because you go to space and you go to the snow globe. You didn't make it to the garden?
The
Or
garden?
or
We made it to a tree.
Not the garden? Or the music level, bro?
No.
The best parts of the game. The space area is really, really good.
I'm sorry, bro.
But the one following it,
You'll listen. It was. I figured it was better to at least have it on the list than it not be on the list at all.
did you make it to the the elephant?
Maybe.
The elephant where you climb up the castle, you ride the train?
No.
Oh, no.
I made it to space, bro.
No. You only made it like 4 hours in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, it was like 8 hours of playing though.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, bro.
that hurts me so bad.
I'm sorry.
The elephant. Oh,
You wanna boot it up?
Oh God, it's so good.
I think she'd be offended if I played it with somebody else. We ever gonna finish It Takes Two? It might take 2 years, but right now I'm recording something. Okay, maybe it'll go up.
It takes 2 years to beat this game.
Dude, you want me to take it off the list for not even beating it? What do you
No, it's
want?
okay,
I'm
it's okay.
trying to acknowledge it was a good game what I played.
Number 8. Fine, whatever.
I'm sorry, it's
It's
3
a
points.
Fucking travesty. 3 points. It takes 2.
Listen, you didn't even play Guardians.
Look, I couldn't get around to it. There's a lot of stuff going on.
No, you had time.
I didn't have time.
You had time.
Didn't have time.
I saw.
No, sir.
I saw the time.
No, didn't happen.
Yes.
Nope.
Yep.
Anyway, my number 7 Going in on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart as my number 7. That's going to be 4 points for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Very good game, actually. Did you play? You played it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot. The platforming was great. The music was great. I loved Rivet as a character, introducing Rivet and that other Ratchet style character into the universe. Utilizing the PS5's SSD and the tripping through dimensions and haptic feedback and stuff. Yeah, Ratchet & Clank was actually really fun. I don't have a lot negative to say about that game. The reason it's so low though is just because, it hits like that 8 range and doesn't really get much higher than that. It doesn't like have higher highs or lower lows. It's a straight line all the way through for me. Very very enjoyable. But there's just better games in my opinion that came out this year. But one of the better titles of the year for sure. And of course, if you have a PS5, you'd be remiss to not play this game. I mean, which you bought a PS5 for. So very very enjoyable. Number 7 for me.
Number 7 for me. That was 4 points for Ratchet & Clank. Another 4 points for Metroid Dread.
4 points for Metroid Dread.
I like this game a lot.
You did play it a lot.
I didn't 100% it.
Did you didn't hit the 100%? Okay.
No, I just once I beat it, I felt satisfied enough that it wasn't like I wanted to play more because I think the end is the worst part of the game. The final boss battle develops your hate for the game, in my opinion.
Oh, it was okay.
Well, no, I mean, I just like the ending story-wise is not satisfying. The boss battle could have been better designed.
Yeah, that weird.
I felt like it was weak.
Skip 30 seconds. That weird "you're my daughter" shit.
Yeah,
that's a little odd.
And my problem was like the boss fight. It didn't feel hard. It just felt non-intuitive. Is that the word? Where like there was one thing that I had to ask you, and you were like, "Oh, you just got to do this." I'm like, I'm never taught that that's like what I'm supposed to do when I see like this color hue on a character or something like that. It's like not something that you're taught through the game, and it's not something they explain in the fight. Yeah, which is okay, sure, but like it's not. Just the boss fight doesn't ever feel like I'm overcoming a barrier. It's just I'm overcoming nonsense. Yeah. And so the last fight left not a terrible taste in my mouth, but just like I beat the game. I don't want to revisit. Yeah, I'm good. But everything before that I loved. I loved the Metroidvania. I love it's just Metroid, I guess. Not to say Metroidvania. I love
the Metroidvania style of Metroidvania.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed all the bosses before that. The dude running from all the what are the Emmy bots? It's exhilarating. Yeah, but also infuriating. Because you pull some like cool maneuvers, and sometimes you just screw up and you get caught. But the one time you land the parry and get away, satisfying. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. You were showing me the game. And you're like, yeah, you can do this thing. It's so freaking hard where you can parry the bosses, and like the next time you encountered one, you did it. Yeah. You're like, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah. And you kept rolling on. And then I did it once in that game, I think maybe twice, and then it never happened again. Yeah. But it was fun. I like those parts of the game. Like I said, the end and maybe the story throughout is a little weak.
Definitely worth picking up. Good to see Metroid coming back strong. Hopefully Metroid Prime 4 comes out soon.
Solid drop.
And it hits.
Was that the best Nintendo game this year? Actually not in my list.
Okay. Number 6 for me, it's going to be 5 points for your boy, Forza Horizon 5. Wow. Forza Horizon 5 being down to my number 6. It probably would have been higher if I would have got to play more of it. The problem was Halo Shadow dropped 3 days later. So I had 3 full-ass days of Forza Horizon 5. But after that 3 days, I have not touched it since, mainly because I've been playing a lot of other stuff. And then, of course, work been picking up, and I've been quite busy. But Forza Horizon 5, it hit pretty hard, dude. It's not my Red Bull. I bet it was Matt, so you could probably have it. So Forza Horizon 5, just take Forza Horizon 4, switch it into Mexico, and then just make it better. There's a lot of things in it that's just better.
Avocados from Mexico.
Yeah, that title screen music is probably the best title screen music of the year.
I don't remember sitting on a title screen that often.
Dude, so good. I'd close the game on purpose just to hear that title screen music again. I ought to play that shit. Anyway, so Forza Horizon 5. I heard a explanation that I thought was very good, and that is Forza Horizon 5 or in Forza Horizon 4. Just the Forza Horizon series feels more like Tony Hawk than a racing game. You know what I mean? Oh, because you're just running around, you're doing shit, you're having a good time, you're hitting the signs, you're doing your tricks, you're doing all that kind of stuff.
The parts when Forza's the worst is when it's just a driving game, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, 100%. When you're just doing like regular old races, you're like, damn. But when you're doing those like event races, the fucking planes coming through and all that kind of stuff, so lit.
Dude, the game is so fun that I did a Horizon like event. I can't remember what they're called, but where you had to score a bunch of points and you do it with a bunch of other live players. I entered one and I was the only one in it. Yeah. And it was a drifting challenge. I was like, I'm still gonna try.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't beat it, but I still tried.
Yeah.
And for like 15 minutes, I was just drifting by myself, trying to get as many points
Gotta
as I
love
could.
Forza Horizon 5. That's where it resides on my list at the number 6 spot.
Number
Very
6.
good game. Thoroughly enjoyable. If you have an Xbox and Game Pass, you should be playing this game.
Number 5 for me. I know it's not on your list.
Number 6.
Number 6. Sorry, yeah, number 6. 5 points though.
5 points to number 6.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Remakes.
Pokemon Diamond and
Brilliant
Pearl.
Diamond Shining Pearl. It's a good Pokemon game just remade. It can't be bad for me. Like, it's just how it is.
Yep. Of course, my boy Ben played the ever living shit out of it. Still playing it.
The Underground is so addictive and fun. It like
Was that in the last game or is that new to this one?
It was in the last game. You remember,
Okay.
Did you never play Diamond and Pearl?
No.
Okay, you would go underground and you would just mine, and you could only mine so much, and if you mine too much, you would lose that like mining part. It is so addictive. It is the most addicting thing. And then they made it even more addictive in this game, where you can get like trophies of Pokemon,
Like shiny,
and you gotta
shiny
collect them all.
statues
Yeah,
and stuff.
and there's like shiny versions. It's just Diamond and Pearl is already like a top 10 Pokemon game. Top 3.
Top 2, and I'm not 2.
Well, hold up. Does like Heart Gold and Soul Silver count as one game or two game? Okay. Yes.
Top 2,
Well,
and I'm not
I don't know.
2. Nah.
Where is Platinum separate
I
from
will
Diamond and
make-
Pearl? Or are you just doing it by generations? Well,
okay.
then it's top 3. Because I think the only problem I have with this game is, why did you not just remake Platinum,
Yeah.
which is the better version?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could still call it Diamond and Pearl, but just use the Platinum storyline and stuff, because that's just the better version of the game. There's more stuff to it. There's quality of life changes in Platinum from Diamond and Pearl that are reverted back.
I've seen that was probably the biggest criticism online of this game.
That is my biggest criticism too.
Certain things from Platinum were not in.
But otherwise, it's great. This is the first time I've like done like a shiny playthrough where I'm like actively shiny hunting as I go, and it's really making me take the game a lot slower.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like, I didn't blaze through it in 2 days like I normally do.
Love to see it. You got a
So,
top
I
5
love
list,
it.
Jordan? Okay. Is it games? It guys be games that came out this year. Okay, cool. So we'll rotate you in after this one. And you can go ahead and hop in the mix. So number 5 for me, that's gonna be 6 points for your boy Returnal. 6 points for Returnal, residing at my number 5, getting into that top 5 territory. Returnal, you take Housemarque, a company that makes a fantastic arcade shooter games and has for years. You make games, like Resogun and shit. Those are the PS Plus drop title for the PlayStation 4. Good ass game, classic. Of course, you don't play a ton of it because it's just a PS Plus launch title for the PlayStation 4. You're moving on to play other bigger and better things.
Yeah.
That's not the case with this game. Housemarque came out and they said, you know what? Arcade's fucking dead. We're not making arcade games anymore. Nobody buys these shits, so we're going to make a AAA game. What did everybody say? You're stupid. You're dumb. You make arcade games. You should be making this. Me included.
I said that.
Me included. I was like, this is
No, I
dumb.
didn't say that.
Sorry, Housemarque, but this is what you make. You got to find a publisher or something. Like, you're going to flop. Then they come out and they drop Returnal. Was it a flop? Absolutely not. Let's make another time loop game, of course, in the year of time loops.
Well, they were the first one this year, right?
Yes, Returnal was the first one this year. And
Hello, Joe.
let's go ahead and take our arcade shooter roots, translate that into a third-person shooter in the AAA space, and make that shit bonkers, balls to the wall crazy. They fucking did it. They pulled it off with Returnal. The bullet hell nature, the crazy arcade shooting nature of this game. There's several twists and turns throughout the story that's like, wow, that's okay, what the fuck? That is really cool and really crazy that go down. And just the gameplay feels so fucking good in that game. I'm sitting here playing on the PlayStation. Of course, that would have been in March. Playing on the PS5, the haptic feedback and stuff was hitting. They had the thing in that game where you pull the trigger halfway, you do one shooting version, you pull it all the way, you do a different shoot style. I thought that would be terrible and horrendous, but it actually ended up working pretty well in that game.
Video only cameo for y'all.
Yeah. That ended up working pretty well in the game, which I liked a lot. But this game's music, boss fights, all that stuff was super, super good. And it only took me 11 runs to beat the game.
Compared to do you know if that's like really low?
That's incredibly low.
Is it because you're a God gamer, or
I have no fucking idea.
you weren't exploring enough?
I got the majority of the stuff in the game.
Well, no.
Because a lot of people talked about how it would take them 20 tries to get to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because there's obvious checkpoints. I would hit 3 or 4 checkpoints and then die.
I feel like everybody has a moment like that. She can chill there. She's fine.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, yeah. Don't eat the table, Joe. That game for me was Dead Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I beat it in like 2 or 3 tries.
Yeah, and Noah was like, "What the fuck?"
I've never beat that game. I'm like, what do you mean? It was stupid easy.
No, that definitely happened with Returnal, and I was like, I looked at my like amount of tries, and I was like, damn, 11 attempts, like that's what the fuck.
It was cool to watch the boss fights and like you fight monsters in that game. I had no idea what was going on as an outsider.
Yeah,
watching you play that game, no idea what the story is. Even when I would watch like 30 minutes of cutscenes with you, no clue. But did you ever figure it out? You know what that game's about?
Nah, man.
Okay, I'm just making sure you never.
6 points for Returnal.
All right, 6 points.
Yeah.
Forza
Horizon 5. 6 more points for Forza Horizon 5.
It's probably the most. No, that would probably be a more similar ranked game. This game, the downfall of this game was its release time.
Yep.
Was because Halo.
Shadow dropped 3 days later.
Yeah.
Because Forza Horizon dropped on Friday, and then Halo dropped on Tuesday.
The beta.
Yep.
Yeah. Shameful, because I enjoyed playing that game a lot.
Me too.
I really wanted to go back to it, but as we'll discuss later, Halo is just too damn good.
Yes, say
but I enjoyed it a lot. I was just driving around, hitting boards, doing whatever I could, trying to do the challenges. In the beginning, there was some problems with like challenge unlocks, and that's totally fair because they had the biggest launch ever by like multitudes of what they were expecting. But it was so good.
But for the most part, yeah.
A beautiful game, good soundtrack.
Yeah, one of the best looking games visually on the Xbox.
I just put on the station that had Lil Nas play and just left it on that one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed pretty much every moment I was playing this game.
Love to see it. Jordan, bring it in. Number 5. Jordan sliding in 5. He only got 5 games because he don't play games as much as we do, but he coming in strong with number 5.
Hold on, I gotta fix levels.
Fix your levels.
Okay, so a warning before I give this list. 2021 was my nostalgia year.
Yeah, just going back and playing old stuff.
Yeah, it was all because I just got an Xbox.
Skyrim.
Yeah, I was playing all
Mass Effect.
So my number 5 is actually also Unite.
Pokemon Unite.
Okay.
So go ahead and give 6 points to Pokemon Unite.
Wow,
I still play it to this day. I play it on mobile now.
He do be playing.
It's such a good like on break game. You can play a 10-minute game, 5-minute game.
They are short.
Doesn't take that much. Yeah, it's great. I still talk to Mike about it all the time. I'm like, man, this Pokemon's great now, and this one's terrible. It's really, I think
Garchomp still stomping.
It's ridiculous.
I'd love to see it.
And now it's matching, bro. That he don't miss. It's a really good mobile game, just in general. Like one of the best mobile games I've played ever, I think.
I mean, yeah.
And it's also just a very good MOBA. So
felt like it was made for mobile back then too.
Yeah, it's so smooth. You never lag. Mobile really doesn't have AFKs. It doesn't have people that are intentionally, griefing.
FFing.
Yeah.
It's just a very good game. Kind of caught me sleeping. I slept on it hard. I was like, it's not going to beat League. I don't think it does beat League, but I definitely think, it's very good.
I think it now because you played both, and I can talk to you about this.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better than League Wild Rift?
I do, and the reason I do, and maybe this is just a skill thing, and I'll 100% say it could just be me. I feel like when I'm playing Unite, like my skill shots and all my things, like I'm hitting, like I'm not missing.
Yeah.
Right. And then I play characters who like even you and Spencer know I'm good at on League. I play them on Rift and I can't hit a thing.
League always makes you feel bad at the game.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Like
you never feel like a god in that game.
Like when I play Ari on the PC, I'm like, dude, you can't touch me. And then I play Ari on Rift and I can't kill anybody. And I'm like, this is just not real.
So number 5 for Pokemon Unite. Let's get in.
So definitely.
She just walking down.
A good 5.
Let's get in for that number 4. Make sure you turn your mic back off because it does like a weird echo whenever yours is on. Number 4, Psychonauts 2.
So low.
Down here at the number 4 spot. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. There's of course 3 games above it. That's gonna be 7 points for Psychonauts 2. Of course, I expect Psychonauts 2 to get quite a bit more points after you get to talking. But Psychonauts 2, surprise hit for me because I know you were excited for it. You played the original Psychonauts.
I think I was the only one. Chance, I think, was excited as well.
Yeah. I came in. I said, you know what? This is fucking Game Pass. There's no games out. I'm gonna try this thing. And man, that was a charming, well put together game. So funny. The art was weird but great in that way. Unique with every different world.
Tim Shaver's the only one that can do a game like that anymore.
Yeah, it's will we ever see another game like that? I'm not quite sure. We didn't think we'd see. Well, they didn't think they'd see Psychonauts 2 in the first place, and it came 15 years later or whatever. This is a really good platformer in the modern era, and I talked about this when this game first came out, because it was also after Ratchet and Clank, and I talked about how Ratchet and Clank and Psychonauts 2 were proof of concept that I think the traditional 3D platformer is possible in the modern day era, that it can actually come out and be good. You just have to do some different things there. And yeah, Psychonauts 2 really hit a lot of good notes.
You know, thinking back on that, I think it's for two completely different reasons, though.
Yeah.
Because I think Psychonauts 2, why it does so good, is because it's one of the few platformers that tells an amazing story.
It has a good narrative.
Awesome characters.
Yeah, no, the characters
you
are
fall in
charming.
love with the characters so well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the same thing with Ratchet and Clank at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in love with the characters. They're decent, but I'm
Mhm.
not in love with them.
Yeah.
I think Ratchet and Clank is good because of all the haptic feedback, the particle effects, the dimension hopping stuff. Psychonauts is you're just in because all the characters.
Yeah,
in
no.
the world.
Psychonauts was great. I found myself not really using all the different badges and stuff. Unless I was in a situation where I had to. For the most part, I used the same ones over and over again. But I felt the same way in Ratchet and Clank. I used the same 4, maybe 5 or 6 guns the whole time. So I didn't really utilize the variety there. The Jack Black level, fucking fantastic. Just all the characters, the story, all that stuff was so good in Psychonauts 2. So that's why it resides at my number 4 spot. There's 3 games above it, and you'll hear why I put those games above Psychonauts 2 in a minute.
So 7 points for Psychonauts 2. Give 7 points to Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank gets 7 more points. Up here at your number 4.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. My only qualm with it, like I said, story falls a little flat. Characters aren't the most amazing.
Yeah, Rivet's good though.
But the platform adventure part of it,
so good. The collectathon,
the weapons. I know you said you didn't use the weapons. What I did was anytime I got a weapon to max level, I stopped using it.
Oh no, I just stayed using it.
No, because I knew it'd be too
for me. It was
monotonous. I would keep using the shotgun and the blaster or whatever.
It was the shotgun, the traditional blaster, the topiary sprinkler.
Yeah, that one was really good.
And then there was I can't remember the other gun.
No, because I wanted to be able to use all the guns. So anytime I leveled one up to max level, I started using a new gun, which was, it honestly got me to use every gun.
It does have a good variety of guns though.
And the thing is,
I will say
the guns, even though
pixel shooter and all that shit,
they're not they don't seem as good or as useful when you use them. I was running through the game no matter what gun set I was using. Right?
Yeah.
That game has good accessibility options.
Fantastic. Damn, Joe's got a concussion.
Okay? She got knocked. I thought it was just a blast. I thought it was going to be good ever since we saw it first debut. Yeah. And you just see the power effects going down, the dimension hopping looking good.
Yeah. And it was.
I think the dimension hopping wasn't as crazy once I got into the game.
Yeah, it wasn't really as big of a deal.
Most of the time it was just closing the gap between you and then some of the worlds you were actually going between different world states and stuff like that. And that was cool.
Those instances, were pretty tight.
But it was just a great game. I had no qualms with it. Went through 100% of it. One day that TV is going to fall.
I know.
And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be chaotic.
Terrible. It's not going to be great.
But I enjoyed it. I think if somebody told me it was their favorite game that they played this year, I'd be a little you sure?
Yeah.
But
I'll accept
that's
it.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
That's good.
All right, Jordan, bring it up.
I think
number 4, you boy. What you got?
So this is a little bit of a wild pick. I'm probably gonna get flamed for this, and I think that's okay.
Okay.
I went ahead and put Jackbox 8.
Jackbox 8 at number 4. I'll accept that. For someone who doesn't play as many games or mostly plays nostalgia games, Jackbox 8, I contemplated because I reworked my top 10 today.
Yeah.
I contemplated putting it up in there.
It's definitely one of those things where next year I'll definitely play a lot more games as they release. This year I was kind of just feeding off the nostalgia of Game Pass. But this game kind of came in as a meme and took over for the house. I mean, it's still kind of going strong. We played it literally yesterday.
It's so fun.
I'm always a fan of games that we play together. I'm always a fan of games that are simple yet you can engage with.
Making the phone your controller.
It's super smart. Good. So I like Jackbox a lot. It's obviously not going to get any more votes.
You know it's a good trivia game. But it's got that random factor.
Yeah, which makes it nice.
Because if it was just trivia, not gonna lie, the record would be 12 me, 2 the rest of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you,
but
Mike.
Because of the bullshit meter,
it's
more like a even distribution of letters.
And I think the trivia aspect is good too. It's fun questions.
It is.
And then you always, of course, you gotta pray to RNGesus.
Yeah.
So it's just
Pole Mine, of course, also really really good.
It is
very good party games. I like games that everyone can play.
Super, super good.
And then I like the drawing games.
Give 7 points to Jackbox Party Pack 8.
The only reason it's kind of lower is I really wanted the murder to be fun. I really wanted that to be awesome and
but
great.
Crashed twice.
And it's just
tragic.
That's an L. But other than that, super good game. Caught me sleeping. Nice little pick.
We're into the top 3.
Make sure to give it its points.
Go ahead and play the top 3 music.
Do I have that?
No.
No, that was a joke.
I got my number 3 coming in strong.
The Smash music. real quick?
Dum, dum. It Takes Two at my number 3 spot.
Wow, only
Yeah.
at 3, bro.
So
Why so low?
Shut the fuck up. Go ahead and give 8 points to It Takes Two. Love seeing It Takes Two take home the bacon there at the Game Awards.
The bacon.
That was really nice to see. Joseph Ferris going up on the stage. I'm getting super fucking excited. I am so excited. That's a big
Hell
connect.
yeah.
That's a big hell yeah. That's a
Hell
TikTok joke.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So It Takes Two, man, what a fantastic game. Let's bring couch co-op back to the forefront of fucking gaming and make it easy. Is this game $60? No, it's cheaper. Also, you buy it, you can just give a buddy pass to anyone you fucking want, and they can play the game with you. We're not forcing you to buy 2 copies of this game. Fantastic. Couch co-op, superb. I played through this game 2 separate times. I played it once with Chance, came back and played it again with Adriana. Both times it hit. I switched characters, so I got to play both sides of the game because each character, through each different level, through each different series of levels, utilizes a different tool or weapon or thing. And I was wondering, does one feel better than the other? Is one more fun than the other? Does one suck compared to the other? No, they're pretty much straight down the middle. There might be a level where you're like, man, yours seems cooler than mine, but then the next one you're like, oh, mine seems cooler than yours, type of thing. You love to see it. So let's have this co-op puzzle experience that's just fucking fantastic in terms of writing, level design. We're going to, like you said, with the tree level, where when it transitions, when you're in the plane and it transitions to the 2D fighter and stuff, and you're controlling the plane and the other person's playing a 2D fighter, that stuff happens throughout the entire game where you're like, this is a different game, and it's great.
Yeah.
The competitive things that they throw in, like, oh, let's play a round of chess. Oh, let's play this weird like whack-a-mole game where you're going back and forth. Introducing that is also good too, because you've worked together this whole time, and then you get to a point where you're like, okay, now we get to not work together, and I get to like just try to dunk on you as hard as possible. Love those aspects. Of course, when playing through with Adriana, those aspects weren't as good compared to playing through with like someone like Chance, because he's just played a lot more video games, so he's a lot better at those types of things. It was still very, very, very fun. She still kicked my ass in a few things as well though too.
Did you let her?
No.
Okay.
And so
you can confess.
no, I didn't
She
let
won't
her.
listen?
No, I didn't let her. There was like one where you got to shoot these targets that are like coming at you, and then they flip back and forth.
Yeah.
And she was not good at that one. But she beat me in a couple other ones. The world's so charming. The characters are charming. I will accept the criticism of the ending of that story, which I won't get into because you guys haven't beat it.
There's criticism for the end.
Yeah, there is.
Oh.
Just a little bit. I don't really think it's that crazy, but a lot of people seem to bring that up when the game is brought up. But yeah, it's fantastic, man. Just a really good co-op puzzle action game that's like, wow, it's unlike anything out there. It really is a gem from this year, and I hope Joseph Ferris keeps making games like this. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons was a game that you played as 2 characters, but you just used each other's stick, so it was just single player. Turn that around with The Way Out, and then of course It Takes Two coming in after that. I'm very, very excited to see what the next game is that he does that.
Yeah,
So.
I think he's solidified himself as like GOAT developer. Wherever he releases, everybody's gonna go try.
Yeah, he's goated. That's 8 more points for It Takes Two, if you don't mind.
For me,
Number 3,
it's a shame you never played it. 8 points for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I think so. I gotta say this. My
I
top 3.
couldn't get around to playing it. No time.
It's you can't visualize it, right? But my top 10 through 4 are all kind of like in the same area. My top 3 are like way above these other games.
Yeah.
These top 3,
To scale.
easily some of the better games I've played.
Yeah.
In the past couple years. Guardians of the Galaxy. I had nobody to talk to about it. Nobody else played it.
Nobody has gotten around to playing it.
But I knew my brother likes Marvel, likes Guardians. I said, hey, yeah, I'll get there. My brother was like, yeah, I want to buy this game. I was like,
Let's go Habs.
send me the money.
Yeah.
I'll buy it right now. And I booted it up. And then as soon as I started, I was like, okay, this game's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it all the way through. The combat playing as just Peter Quill, I thought was going to be weird when you're playing a Guardians of the Galaxy game. It works perfectly fine being able to control everybody else. Because, it'd be cool to be able to like switch to Drax and fight as Drax, but I felt fine playing as Peter and trying to be a leader. There's this cool thing when your huddle meter builds up.
Yep.
You can huddle up as a team, and then the Guardians will they'll describe to you like how they're feeling about the fight right now, and like what, like, they feel like they're getting their asses kicked, or they feel like they're mopping the floor. You're supposed, and then you're like, as a leader, you're supposed to inspire them, and then you'll get buffs based on how you do. And then it plays a song from the '80s, such as "I Need a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler.
hero.
The soundtrack is great.
Yeah.
The story is great. It drags on a little in the middle, but it's still super good.
I've heard that a lot about this game.
The dragging on in the middle?
Yeah.
But that is still great?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. Where you're like, man, we could have skipped 3 hours, but I'm still glad I played through this story.
Yeah.
I don't have any other qualms besides that little story thing. I wish I could have played this on like a 4K TV because the graphics are good, but I can tell they could be great.
Yeah.
Another thing I was worried about was it not being MCU Guardians.
Yeah.
And like having to be like, oh well, MCU's this is better and this is better. They felt different enough.
A lot of people saying they like this Gamora better than the MCU Gamora.
I like this Gamora better.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, Groot's the same no matter what. Drax was good in this game. Peter's good in this game.
Bradley Cooper?
Rocket's great.
You prefer Bradley Cooper or this
I like
Rocket?
Mantis better in this game.
Okay.
They do
Mantis
all
got
these
no screen time.
in the movies.
Yeah, she don't be getting that. She don't be
In
getting
the
that.
second one, she gets none in the first one. Of course.
Yeah.
But in the second one, she gets a decent amount.
Wow.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
They just clearly do Mantis better in this game. Like
Yeah.
she feels like badass and like a cool character.
You love to see it.
I love this game. I hope you'll play it someday. It'll probably be when it comes to Game Pass or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. But you should play it.
I'll play it eventually.
It's cool, and I got nothing but good things to say about this game. If you can play it, play it. It's like $25 on Amazon.
Mhm.
Or at least it was during Black Friday stuff, which is a steal.
Yeah.
I wholly recommend this.
That's robbery. You're number 3, Jordan. What you got popping over there, mate?
All right, so I'm definitely going to get flamed for this.
Oh no.
It's okay though.
Oh no.
It's got to be Halo Infinite.
Yep.
Why
my
would you
third.
flame for this?
Yeah.
For putting it at 3.
Yeah, not number 2 or 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna get cooked for that.
No, I'm not gonna cook you.
Yeah, you're not the only one that exists.
So make sure you give 8 points to Halo Infinite.
I really do enjoy Halo, which is kind of weird because I'm not a super you guys know that I'm a super big Halo like lore person.
Yeah.
But I've never been a Halo game person.
Yeah. Those
'Cause,
books are so good. So
yeah,
good.
I just love the lore around it. I used to read stupid amounts of it for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Just because it's just so cool. But I mean, as far as like gameplay goes, it's just super crisp, super good. At first, if you're not a Halo person, you are getting absolutely schmacked on, and then you kind of find it, and you're like, oh no, I got this.
Yeah.
And then it turns around.
That happened with Ben. That happened with the majority of people who try to play, where they were like, damn, I'm just getting dicked to multiplayer, but
and then it clicks.
yeah, let me play with the homies for a couple days, and then shit, I got the sauce.
There's that moment you like it just clicks, and then you're like, I'm 20-5, y'all trash. You know, like you just figure it out. Graphics are good, the gameplay is good. I've kind of dipped a little bit into the campaign, not too much because I got caught by nostalgia again. But very unique, very good.
It's so good.
And like I said,
Neither of y'all finished the campaign, have you?
Nope.
Fuck.
I'm a fan of playing games with, like I said, with people, with the homies. And when you get 8, 10, 11 people parties in Halo, it just feels
It's
like
unrivaled.
yeah,
Dude,
like
yeah,
it's
we had some big ass.
that's your
parties.
childhood coming back, and it's just beautiful. It's just great. So yeah, solid pick. I really like it as a game. Not quite my favorite game, but definitely one of the best, probably the best game to come out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, go ahead and give 8 points to Halo Infinite. Going in on my number 2. Before your eyes. Before your eyes.
Really?
Yeah, hit my number 2 spot. It was rough deciding whether it'd be number 1 or number 2 after I had played it. Before your eyes, I played this week actually. So I guess you could take it with a grain of salt. But Before Your Eyes came out forever ago this year, and I never got around to playing it. I know Jacob Geller was a big champion of it, and a lot of people have been putting it very, very high on the list of people that have played it at least. It's hard to play. The reason being you need a webcam to play it. We got a webcam, this camera you're looking at us through. But getting the not courage, I guess, but getting the motivation to move the camera into a different position and then having to move it, because it's super fucking annoying to get it back level, and it's so annoying getting it to, like, even now that it's still slightly off, and it's just very difficult. And I'm very like a perfectionist when it comes to that stuff, so it like bothers me. So I didn't get around to doing it. But then Isaiah had some fucking Digimon tournament or something, and he had it all set up over here. And I was like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah,
you know, Adriana's gone. I'm just doing this shit. I'm going to play it. And I did. And damn, this game had such a fucking impact on me. I compare it a lot to Florence. If anybody has played Florence on their phones, if you have not played Florence on your phone, go fucking do it. It's like $1.50. It's a fantastic 40-minute experience. It's very, very good. Florence takes gameplay and uses that gameplay to tell a story. And I'm going to use this tangent of Florence to explain how it, like, Before Your Eyes works. In Florence, you play as a girl who's in a relationship with this dude, and the story of Florence is about, finding your first love, going to your highs, and then, of course, your big falls. In Florence, when you first meet this guy, you have to create word bubbles, right? You don't see what the words are, but you create the word bubbles in order to talk to this dude using a puzzle. When you first talk to them, the puzzle has a bunch of pieces, and it's very complex. But the more you continue to talk to him, it gets less and less pieces, and the puzzle becomes easier and easier. And instead of jigsaw puzzles, they just become like little slices, until eventually it's like, oh, you just got to put 2 pieces in, and then 2 pieces, and then you've known him for 4 months, so it's just one piece, because you don't got to do the puzzle anymore, because it's super easy to talk to them, right? Mm-hmm. And then as you start to fight and your relationship starts to deteriorate, they get more and more puzzle pieces. Those puzzle pieces get jagged and rough and things like that. And that's how you tell a story through the gameplay. You don't just come out and say those things. You yourself are playing and you're like, oh, why are these getting... Oh, it's because we're fighting. We're not... These things... It's getting more harder to talk to them. These are getting sharper edges. Our words are getting... But you never see what the words are. You never get to see what they are. And Before Your Eyes does a very similar thing with the webcam, because if you don't know what it is, of course, you have to blink in order to progress the game. You are dead in the game, and that happens at the very beginning. That's not a spoiler. You're pulled from the river Styx. It's not really the river Styx, but you're pulled out of a river, and you're told by a guy that you're a soul, and he needs to hear your life story in order to determine if you're going to go to the kingdom of the afterlife or be cast out. And you relive your life through memories from being born up until the end. And every time that you blink, time moves forward. Sometimes it moves 5 minutes. Sometimes it moves 10 minutes. Sometimes it moves 3 years. You never know, right? And it takes that concept of blink and you'll miss it and does it to 1,000. Anytime this little metronome pops up on your screen, if you blink, you will skip time forward. And I found myself appreciating that as like this is fucking art. Like, this is a cool thing. Like, let's take games and do something that you can only do in games, and you can't do that in a movie or something else, right?
Yeah.
And let's put it on this medium, and you control this game with your eyes. Whether you're putting art on a page or making constellations in the sky, all of it is with your eyes. There's portions of the game where you have to close your eyes in order to exist in the moment and like listen to what's happening around you. Those moments are very, very impactful because they come out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to close my eyes. That's weird. And the story was just so fucking passionate, impactful. It hit me so fucking hard. By the end of it, I was literally sobbing. I just could not. I was like, damn, wow. That was fucking beautiful. Let's just take this game and just make this one little mechanic and take it so far and just run with it. I don't know what I don't know what else they have done. I'm curious. I need to look it up. I don't know if they have done anything else. But this game, if you have the ability, if you have a laptop with a webcam built in, buy this game. It's $2. It's $2. Yes, it is $2. That's practically free. If you have a laptop with a webcam, this game is an hour and a half long, and by the end of it, you will be sad, but also happy. And yeah, you'll cry. Like, I'm tearing up right now. It's like hard to even think about.
So
like,
I know your brother played it.
Yeah.
He didn't enjoy it as much as you did.
He enjoyed it. He just didn't think. He didn't think it was as sad as I thought it was. Okay. But he did enjoy it as much as I did. He just didn't think, like, I was like sobbing at the end. He was just regular crying.
You were a wreck.
Yeah, he was just regular crying.
He's like, okay.
Yeah,
that's true.
I am a sad boy. So
a very sad boy.
But yeah, Before Your Eyes coming in at that number 2. Go ahead and give 9 points to Before Your Eyes.
It is a shame that we can't all play the same games. Yeah, it does lead to like games like that loses to a game that maybe both of us have played that is a little more mid than that.
Yeah.
What is she doing? Is she just licking?
I think she's chewing the table again. Yo, why you insist on chewing the tables?
Bro, does she got a wood fetish?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't
get it. She chomps wood. All right, you're number 2.
Number 2, I had to struggle on this one.
Yeah?
I had to overthink it. But I couldn't put it at number 1. So Halo Infinite goes at number 2 for me. 9 points.
9 points for Halo 2. Halo 2. Halo Infinite.
Sorry. Halo Infinite. Second place. It is phenomenal. And I am let me clarify, I am only speaking on the multiplayer.
Yeah. You didn't play the game, man.
I have played one mission.
Yep.
And for some reason, I just don't have the willpower to sit there and go think and do a campaign.
So good.
When the multiplayer is just one click away. I love the multiplayer of Halo so much. And the way the dev team has been improving the multiplayer experience, even though they still got things to fix with Big Team Battle.
The events and stuff.
The events are good. I have completed the Battle Pass. I've completed all the other Battle Passes that you can do so far. I've done all but one weekly Ultimate Challenge. And that was on accident. I thought I had one more day. Or else I could have got it done. I love this multiplayer so much. It is so fun. Even when I'm playing by myself. When I'm playing with the homies, it's wonderful. When I'm playing by myself, still good. I love Tactical Slayer so much.
Yeah, it's great.
I went like 32-5 in one game.
Nah, Tactical Slayer is fantastic, bro.
You just feel so good, and you're just dunking on
Team
kids.
SWAT, baby.
You're like, do. I just killed 4 of y'all. Y'all gonna spawn behind me. Do. Kill 4 more. Like it's just.
Oh, yeah, getting those overkills, easy peasy, baby.
Yeah, every game mode is fun. Now that they kind of have the playlist sorted a little better, the challenges are easier. Nothing feels too monotonous. I have enough swap challenges that I can just switch challenges whenever they're too bad. Mm-hmm. So that's not really a problem anymore. The main problem right now is you can't really play big team battle.
Yeah, I've heard it's busted.
It sucked, dude. I've gotten into games in big team battle where there's no HUD. That happened to me again. That glitch where I can't see my ammo, can't see my reticle, can't see the map, can't see my health. It's so weird. I have to turn off the app to I can't like
completely
start
cut out.
Yeah,
damn.
There's been a glitch where I've hopped into a match where it's 1v5 in big team battle. I've hopped into I'll get into a glitch where I can't. It'll say can't connect to server, and then you'll hit OK, and it'll just immediately re-pop up that. Yeah. So you have to restart the app. Yeah. So big team battle.
That happened a couple of times.
It's
like
broken, which sucks because I want to play big team battle. Fiesta is great. I love it. And then the parts of the campaign I played can't play the campaign because I'm playing multiplayer. Campaign was good. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. I don't think it's gonna be good enough to bump it up to number 1 for me. I'm sure you could probably even confirm that for me. Do you think I'm gonna like the campaign more than my number 1?
It'll be close. The campaign is fucking superb.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get to the open world parts because I've had open world Halo just sounds cool.
Yeah, it's great.
I just have to get through some regular missions first.
Yeah.
But that game is so good.
Yep.
So
anyway,
good.
number 2. What was that? 9 points for Halo Infinite.
9 points for Halo Infinite.
All right, Jordan, what you got, boy, for your number 2?
All right, so I think these next 2, my next 2 are pretty predictable if you know me.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was my nostalgia year. I was just really excited to play all the old games I loved. Was late to Game Pass. So my number 2 is actually Skyrim Anniversary Edition.
That counts.
Playing modded Skyrim for the first time and being able to do it from the comfort of my bed is fantastic.
Not having to be on the computer chair.
Yeah. All of the new content that they added, fishing. Everyone knows you love fishing. Just some of the quality of life things that have changed.
Yeah, you've been soaking that shit up.
And all heavy. The pure amount of mods installed right now, like it's just a different game. It feels new. It feels like new life was breathed in. So I used to love Skyrim a lot, and now I just love Skyrim even more. It would have been a crime to not put this at my number 2 because I put in the short amount of time that I played it. Before I moved on, hours.
You've been playing all that a while.
I just only recently moved on from it to another very good game that's gonna soak my attention span up.
Yeah, for a while.
For a little while, yeah.
But yeah, Skyrim Anniversary Edition, fire, beautiful, nostalgia done correctly.
Love to see it.
My number 2.
Drop 9 points on that bad boy.
9 schmackers.
Yeah. Make sure you turn your mic back off. Yeah. Now it's time for them number 1 hits.
Anything to say before we get to number 1?
It was a weak year.
Yeah, what was your least favorite game this year? I wouldn't be shocked if we got the same one. Well, you played a lot more games, but there's still a chance that we share the least favorite game.
I played 58 games this year.
What was it last year? Was NSR our least favorite game last year?
Yeah.
Damn, that game, I was so hyped for that.
The medium was this year.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
What?
Yeah.
Did you just play it this year?
No, we played it at the same time, bro.
The medium came out this year?
Yeah.
No way.
The medium. The medium dropped January 8th. 28th. Oh, January 28th.
No, I don't think that would have made it into my top 10. Maybe an honorable mention. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Least favorite game. Outriders was pretty low.
There was some bad games.
Outriders was pretty low.
Do you got the D&D game on here?
The D&D game was pretty ass. Dark Alliance.
Dark Alliance is not good.
Cheeks mode.
The Ascent was pretty dog, but I don't think it's the worst one I've played.
Back 4 Blood was quite low. Back 4
Blood was disappointing.
I think it's 12 minutes.
12 minutes is my answer as well.
In terms of how high I was going in to how low I came out the other side.
That game, the gameplay sucked, but then you got to the story, and you're like, I suffered through this gameplay
for that
shit?
Yeah. No, I hated it.
It sucked.
I hated
it.
Anyway, number 1 picks.
All right, go ahead.
Of course, going in, Halo Infinite. I consider putting Before Your Eyes over Halo Infinite.
What hasn't been said?
The fact that I played Before Your Eyes so recently is probably what made Before Your Eyes be number 2 and not number 1. So go ahead, give 10 points to Halo Infinite.
Speak on the campaign because we can't.
Yeah, so of course I reiterate all the stuff you guys said about the multiplayer, getting the good amount of party people in there to play in one game. Like we had 8, 9, 10 people going in. So fucking fun, going off
driving
on Halo.
off a cliff while I'm getting hooked.
Yeah, jumping out, fucking grapple hooking, all that kind of stuff. Love it. But the campaign, man, 343 really came back this year and said, let's actually fucking do it. Halo 4, it was okay. Did some really cool stuff with the Forerunners and things, expanding the lore there. Of course, if you've read or listened to the Forerunner trilogy of books, they're probably the best out there in terms of the Halo books. Really, really good. Add some really deep lore. Halo 5, of course, a lot of people consider a misstep. I thought it was okay. But then let's come in here in Halo Infinite and let's retcon without retconning, right? We're going to go into Halo 5. We're going to skip a good chunk of time, or Halo Infinite. We're going to skip a good chunk of time since Halo 5, and we're going to, this is no spoilers, by the way, because you guys haven't played it. We're going to continue that story, but also not, and then set up this amazing launch point for what comes next. Mm-hmm. Like Halo Infinite, by the end of it, you're like, wow. Like you took that shit that I thought was okay, but a lot of people thought was dog shit. You took it, you turned it into a diamond, and then you fucking turn that into a pile of diamonds for what comes next. Like they really did good in transitioning from like the bad and turning that into something that was in retrospect good. And then now let's just go into what's next. And I really can't wait. Just the story, the twists and turns, the story it takes.
So does the future of Halo continue to come in like DLC packages for Halo Infinite?
Well, they've said that they wanted to use
Is
Halo
that the plan
Infinite
still?
as a platform for what comes next. So I assume
like
so.
A Destiny 2?
Yeah. I hope we get some side stories and stuff where you play as people that aren't Chief. That'd be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But from where we're sitting at the end of Halo Infinite, I'm like, oh yeah, boy, like shit is going in. Okay. And of course the classic MCU end credit scene style stuff where you get a couple end credit scenes at the end of Halo and you're like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, yeah, no, it's fantastic. The campaign, the open worldness of the campaign, I love it. The audio logs and all that stuff, just exploring that world, giving you the grapple hook at the beginning of that game to be able to explore the world with
immediately.
That's superb. That was a fantastic design choice. The world is very large.
Yeah. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of people who gatekeep what can be in a Halo game and what can't.
Yeah.
Sprinting, hooks, the thrusters.
But it feels right down the middle because it's not sprinting too fast, but it's not sprinting too slow. So it feels like a middleman.
Well, why can't I feel like a badass when I'm at
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't have to just trudge along and shoot things.
Yeah.
Like let me hook, let me because dude,
I love
hooking a pistol and then pop.
No, so good. The campaign is superb, and I recommend everyone at least get around to it. Because by the end of that story, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, boy, let's go. What's next? I can't wait. I'm excited. The weapon's great.
You know what we didn't even talk about?
What?
It being my favorite game of the year. It's free. The multiplayer is.
Yeah.
Like you don't need Game Pass.
Free.
It's free.
Free.
It's straight up free. And then the campaign's free.
With Game
asterisk.
Pass. Yeah, free asterisk. Yeah. But anyway, that's 10 points for Halo Infinite.
Dude, Halo Infinite, such a good game.
Go in on your number 1, of course. Yeah, we all
know
know
it.
it.
You want to guess it? What is it?
We all know it.
12 minutes.
Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, it is Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts.
Dude, I pre-gamed this game. I went and 100%ed Psychonauts.
Yeah, you went in on the first one.
I didn't realize there was no achievements until I was like halfway through, which I should have realized faster. But I love this game so much. There is no bad thing I can say about this game. I enjoyed every second of it. I enjoyed doing the 100%ing afterwards. The characters are amazing.
Yes.
The worlds are amazing.
Yes.
10
points for Psychonauts 2.
I guess the worst thing I could say is the combat. A little dull.
It's middling.
But
that's not what
even
it's there
then,
for.
It's still fine.
It's the puzzle solving and the cleverness.
The cleverness is so good, dude. Of course, and if you've never played a Psychonauts game, the whole premise is that you are a psychonaut, which is a spy who specializes in psychokinetic powers,
invading
and
people's
you
brains.
go into people's brains and you help them deal with their emotional baggage, you help them kind of learn to deal with their mental disorders or whatever problems they have, and you try and help people. And you play as Raz, who's young, naive, and has to learn that you can't manipulate people.
Yeah,
because that doesn't end out well for you. You can't just use your powers to change people's mind. That doesn't work out well for you. You just have to help people be the better version of themselves. Yeah. And so there's a lot of good storytelling throughout that.
So good.
Then there's lines with his family. You're saving the Psychonauts headquarters. There's just a lot going on. The big bad is great at the end. and then the childhood love between him and oh my god, what's her name? Oh my god,
I can't remember her name.
oh my god, Raz, and dude, I'm pissed I can't remember.
I can't remember her name.
But it's adorable.
They all got weird names.
It's so cute. Like that's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like it's so cute. I love all that shit. And then the new characters you're introduced to as
That
well.
fucking that girl.
The other
bro.
interns.
Where'd you learn to cook this? Jail. So fucking.
It's
good.
so good. Just every part's good. I love this game so much. It has so much charm. I wish everybody would play it, and most everybody I care about has played it.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
I have nothing but good things to say about it,
Yeah.
and I hope Tim Schafer doesn't stop making games.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's purchased by Xbox. He'll be making them.
Yeah, I don't know what's next for them.
Me neither.
I don't know if they continue with Psychonauts anymore.
I doubt it.
I feel like it's at a point where you don't need to continue that story anymore.
Yeah, you can do something different.
If you do, I'll play whatever's next, dude.
Yeah.
He's
great.
Solidified GOAT.
His writing is fantastic.
He's GOAT.
What you got, Jordan?
I love that game.
What you got for your number one, mate? Of course, I think we could also
We can
guess
guess
it
it.
as well.
You want to guess it on 3? Wait, like 1, 2, 3, guess.
Huh?
You want to guess with me?
You sure?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition
Collection Remastered HD.
For the
Actually, it was
next
Xbox
gen.
3, but
It was what?
Saints Row 3.
Oh.
Saints Row 3.
No, I'm just kidding. No, 100% Mass Effect. Again, on the nostalgia trip.
10 points for Mass Effect.
10 points for Mass Effect.
Take away the nostalgia. That's how you remaster a game.
Yeah.
That's how you give a game its old new life. Everything that I loved about it when I played it as a kid, I love about it now. Everything that was beautiful and heartbreaking and engaging and all these things was exactly the same, except died up to 10, much better.
Yeah.
All the problems I had with it, gone.
Cut out the dead weight.
I'm completely
Update
gone.
the graphics.
And then whenever we talk about community support games, obviously this community support came a little later than most people would have liked.
Pretty late.
It took a little minute.
Whenever people talk about, this old game from 2011, and they're like, yo, the only problem I have was the ending of the story. And then they're like, you know what? All right, we'll do it again. And we'll take that what you say about it. We'll do what we can to make it better. So by the end, you feel much more impacted and much more impactful. Somebody who played it, as many times as I have, we're not going to talk about that. But it's very fulfilling to get to the end and be like, now I understand why this choice meant what it did. Also, playing it as an adult kind of just changes the way you think about things, because now you're not just trying to be badass shooty guy. Now you're like, I was killing people here, and I felt so cool. But then now you're like, man, like that has impact. Like, why did I do that way? I love when people take something beautiful and they just make it more beautiful. So yeah, easy top 10 for me. Easy number 1. It was number 1 from the first 5 minutes I played it. I was locked.
Yeah, you did.
Chance has also played it. It's been really nice to talk to Chance about it, to talk about those things that he's learning for the first time now. Yeah. That he's like, oh man, this was cool. Like, yeah, like I love that part. Like, it's just very easy if you know me to guess that was going to be number 1. Will forever remain my favorite games, probably. Hard to unseat that.
See, good choice. This is why I'm glad we didn't do Grand Prix rules.
Yeah. Oh, because Jordan's Mass Effect
would be
would have been like third.
3.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and bring up that list and order it. At least get the top 5.
Yeah.
There's the top 5.
Any guess? I mean, I know what our number 1's
They're
going to be.
probably going to want to edit it.
Collaborative.
Because I can't show that.
Has to be Halo Infinite, right?
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
I'm just going to show everything.
I don't know
here.
what's after that though. I'm curious.
All right, so we're going to get over here and look at the list
Pod
together.
2.
Hit it. And what we got? Go ahead and zoom in a little.
Jordan did the list.
Okay.
So this is just all the original point totals that you guys put on.
Okay.
I just figure we add it up as as we go along.
Okay.
Or you do not just make
Oh man, I can.
Oh, did you put it together?
it's done. So.
Okay. So go from whatever's at 5.
All right. So
Is there ties?
yeah, there's one tie.
Is there a tie for 5?
No, it's a tie for 3 and 4.
Okay. Well, hit with number 5 first.
Love it. Number 5 is Mass Effect.
That's some shit.
Bull honky.
Before your eyes,
I
right.
demand a recount.
No,
Before your eyes, right before that.
No, Before Your Eyes is at 9.
Oh,
that
damn.
also tied with Skyrim. Sorry.
Damn.
Damn. I want you guys to know, people on the pod, I'm going to play Before Your Eyes, so this might change.
Do Before Your Eyes still better?
I had a friend, somebody at work, I was actually talking about it, and they're like, "Hey, are you a gamer? Do you like?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually on a podcast." They're like, "No, play this Before Your Eyes game."
Dude,
I was
play
like,
that
"Okay,
shit. Please
that's
fucking
2
play
people. I'll play it." So I'm gonna play that
If
soon.
you set it up, maybe I'll try it. How long
It'll-
is it? Hour and a half?
It's like an hour 20 minutes.
It'll probably go up in the list just because I like impactful games like
Make
that.
sure you get the
If
lighting
if
right.
it's set
and
up again, I'll
you gotta
try
play
it.
without glasses.
So
Man, why are we all nerds?
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta take your glasses off.
Okay, so
It'll
number
play much
5 is
better.
Mass Effect. Well, should we just do? I'm just gonna do the top 10. Top 10, Pokemon Unites at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jackbox
At number 6?
at number 9.
Number 9.
Guardians at 8. Before Your Eyes at 7, tied with Skyrim. So I guess you could say that those are,
Okay.
same.
You're saying seven
Huh?
Before Your
Wait, so
Eyes
if it's
is
tied, if there, how many ties are there?
2.
at 7 points.
No,
Okay.
Before Your Eyes is at the 7th spot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're doing the ranking.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mad
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah. What's number 6? What's okay? So tied for 7.
So
tied
6
for
and 7 are tied at 9 points. That's
Okay.
Skyrim and Before Your Eyes.
Okay.
Mass Effect is 5th with 10.
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank is 4th with 11.
Okay.
Tied with It Takes Two at 3, also 11. And then Psychonauts 2 with 17. And Halo Infinite with 27. Easy sweep.
Jesus, infinite
Damn.
sauce.
Easy sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, to be expected.
Yeah, because, I mean, the way our lists are structured, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Even if we took Jordan out of the mix, it's still Halo Infinite that bags the
And
top.
then I think it still is Psychonauts that takes second.
Yeah.
Because when, like, you get to your number 2, I hadn't played, you hadn't played Guardians.
Yeah.
But then I'd probably go say It Takes Two, Forza, Ratchet and Clank, those games.
Yep.
But Halo Infinite and Psychonauts 2 are definitely the best games I've played this year. I can't say enough good things about those games. They're
Mhm.
fantastic, dude. I think my top 3, right?
Yep.
Psychonauts, Halo, Guardians. I said it earlier. Those are the only 3 games that I feel like were even contending
Yeah.
for like top 1 for me. I had to fill out this list. Is why you got like Resi, Bowser's Fury, Pokemon on here.
Yeah.
The only games I cared about this year were those 3. They were so good.
Yeah, I keep track throughout the year, so it wasn't as difficult for me. But yeah, definitely, I think Halo Infinite, Psychonauts 2 bag that top spot with ease this
that
year.
game is so good.
And of course, we can crown Halo Infinite as the official synced up podcast game of the year.
Which is
And
crazy.
I'm sure a lot of the fans would agree. I'm sure Chance comes in, Halo Infinite at Goaty.
I need Chance's list because he was the third collaborator last year, the tiebreaker.
I'm actually willing to bet, just knowing Chance, that Halo was first with Psychonauts at 2 as well.
Yeah.
Was it? I'm trying to think what else.
Psychonauts
he played
would
on
definitely be up there for him.
It's in his top 3 for sure.
for sure.
this. It Takes Two might be up
But
there.
then
for
again,
him.
Mass Effect could
Yeah.
also be up there for Chance too, because
Well,
he did play all the way
yeah.
through.
Well, we'll ask him to see what he says.
But
But anyway,
I'm proud.
yeah, it's a good list. Halo Infinite, the official Synced Up Podcast Game of the Year. Get excited to play Halo Infinite. That's it for this
Free.
episode of the Synced Up Podcast. We went an hour 20.
Did you say you were gonna do something else?
Yeah, but there's not. It's like this week in gaming, but there's like 2 games. The
What
rest
were
are
they?
nothing days.
What were
I
they?
can't remember. It was just bullshit.
But they're gonna be skipped forever in
It's
the
fine.
ether.
It's
no
fine.
one's gonna know what came out this
Who
week.
knows what came out this week? They
Wait,
never know what next week is. I'm also about to shit my pants, so I gotta go.
All right, you go.
Go to
I'm gonna- I'm gonna Google.
patreon.com/synced-up. What's going on?
Listen, you
Okay,
can.
you go ahead.
can go shit your pants.
Are
I'll
you,
finish.
you're gonna
this.
finish the podcast?
I'll finish. This.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys next week. Mike's
Kid
gonna tell you what
Dracula
came out
in
this week in gaming.
1993 on Game Boy in Japan.
Why?
Oh no, Kengo Master of Bushido, PlayStation 2, Super Bubble Pop, NFL Blitz on PS3. Damn it. FNAF's sister location on iOS. That was a port. Man. January 3rd, bust. I'm sorry. Let's see here. January 4th. Tom and Jerry and War of the Whiskers on GameCube in 2003. Banger. Angry Birds came to PC in 2011. Yeah, I know. Let's see here. NFL Blitz on 360. That's a port. Fitness Boxing. More like Fitness. Continuing. January 5th. Sonic Heroes on Game Boy. And not Game Boy. GameCube on 2004. Saints Row 2 came to PC. Bayonetta. Fable 2. A lot of these are ports. Chess of Blades. Cobra Kai. Have you watched Cobra Kai, Jordan?
I've seen snippets. Am I gonna watch it? No.
No, I don't think I can either. I saw the first. Monopoly SpongeBob SquarePants Edition came to PC on January 6, 2008.
What a grab.
Divinity 2 on Xbox 360. Was that the OG launch or did it launch on PC first?
I don't remember. That might have been OG.
I don't know. Let's see here. January 7th. What's going on over there?
I
Oh, it's
don't
chill. What is this? Chicken, the adult sex game?
Dude, sign me up.
on iOS in 2014.
They
January
ported
7th.
that to mobile.
Warhammer Quest, Prop and Seek. I assume that's like a prop hunt game. Dude, nobody's releasing games in January 7th.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see here. January 8th. How long am I going? January
I don't
10th?
know. That's not even this week anymore, is it?
Punch Club. No, it's this week. It's the 3rd through the 9th. Let me see here. I got one more day. January 9th. Let's see here. Pocket God. Pocket God? That's an actual game, right? 13 years ago. 2009. iOS. Birth by Sleep came out in Japan. Party Art 2. The White Door. Mythic Ocean. I don't think I got anything. I think that's it.
Week.
Yeah, terrible week. Well, that's been the pod. Make sure to Patreon, Twitter, subscribe, Podbean, Spotify rating, YouTube, Jordan,
Jordan.
and show.
Jordan.
Goodbye.